Today we are going to look at WM survey, which is part of field level in the TMX and FMX displays. WM survey is the part of field level that is designed to take a topo of the immediate area that you are doing. You begin by doing a boundary, which is displayed here on the screen. You have the option of whether you're right, left, or center. Generally, you're taking the center right over your antenna. You push record and you go around the area that you're desiring to level in two different planes and record a boundary around that. That is not a boundary from the standpoint of field boundaries. This is only a boundary for the area that you are wishing to survey to do a topographical map. You simply start at the given area after doing a benchmark. A benchmark is always required the very first thing whenever you enter a field. Once you do and complete your benchmark for 30 seconds, you then drive around the area of the boundary by pushing record and driving the area and pushing record again whenever you're finished. When you've finished that part, you then highlight to do the interior, and you start driving the area within the boundaries by pushing the record button and driving around it, and then driving on a minimum of 40-foot centers lines across the area that you have done. In doing so, it will start to drop small triangles as to showing you the points that it is doing the topographical information from. Whenever you get finished, you simply push the record button and finish that area. Keep in mind that whenever you're doing a recording of topographical area, you need to do two things and make sure that you cover all of the high spots and all of the low spots and that you wish to record, as well as the general 40-foot center swaths that you are driving. This adds information everywhere you drive. There is no right or wrong to it. Everywhere you drive is adding information on what spot you are on, so you can drive the whole area and then drive the high and low areas, and it simply adds to that area. When you're finished, you simply push the record and then you will get a map there. There is one other option that you have in this area, and that's record a section. If you have a large field and you say you want one small corner, you can actually go up here and record a section by starting outside your boundary lines, driving that section to the other side outside the boundary lines while recording that. Then that will cut your topographical map into two different areas. We're not going to show that today, but that's how you do it. When you finish doing that, you can then touch the auto plane, and this will then calculate a height map, a cut map, areas to be displayed for you. This is an automatic calculation done within it, and you come up with a screen like this. Over to this side, you notice you have a cut and fill. You can touch this and also have a height map if you want. Notice up above you have the stats per what all this is. And notice also you have an arrow over here that denotes the direction of the composite slope of the primary waterfall in that particular area. You can then take and change that by hitting best fit, and it will recalculate that all to make sure that that is the best fit of everything. If, for instance, that you wanted to change the direction of this flow from 200 degrees, which is a little bit southwest of straight south, say you wanted to go straight south, it would be 180 degrees. Push that, and then you would see a new map calculated. You would also notice here that the composite slopes change, as well as the north, south, and east, west slope, but also you will notice up here the amount of yards of dirt has increased to be able to make it do that. That's why the best fit button actually gives you which way the water is presently flowing and the least amount of dirt that you're going to cut in that direction. But this does allow you to have some design capabilities as to which direction that you want to fill and cut and which way you want the water to flow. If you notice, there's also a cut fill ratio up there. That depends upon the kind of dirt that you're in, and that can probably be determined by the local NRCS office to tell you what that number might be. You notice also here there's a section. Remember, I talked about the section line. You can there designate either a right or left and look at each individual section and design each individual section separately. With that, you simply OK out of that. Then you are ready simply to go to the Field Level 2 tab within your design, and if you'll notice here, there's a cut and fill map, and you can see here the green areas are a neutral area or very little cut. As you go out, they get darker, continually darker. This is how much cut it will take to get the slope at what you had particularly put on the design page. Now then, if you cannot start cutting it all at once, you will have to add to this, which is your target height of your automatic control. Down here is your design height, which is your finished cut, plus this much above that finished cut, so that you're allowed to cut up higher and come down gradually till you get to your predetermined height. Remembering, whenever you get to 0, 0, 0 here, that is whenever you're to the design that you have done within this particular section. So you have all of this capabilities within Field Level 2. There is also another way to do Field Level 2, and I will cover that in another segment. Thank you.